There we go, nice looking bass on the Bank and Creek grub. Way to get it started today, buddy. Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Dad from Dad's Fishing Adventures, and today we're back on the patio. And we are going to do an unboxing, actually I guess it's an unbagging, of the Lurenet Bank and Creek kit for March and April. So, let's open it up and dump it out to see what we got. And before we get to the actual lures, if anybody from Lurenet is watching, and I doubt you are because I only have about 500 followers, but just in case, the new bags that you send out, I think 2 out of the last 3 I've had to tape back up because they've broken on the seal. So I don't know if we can go back to the old bags, but these new ones are not very good. Anyway, as usual, you get your code, and I have to do a little bragging here because although Lurenet says you can get between 15 and 65%, I believe, off in your code, I actually managed to get one that's got the 50% off this time for the first time. So they actually do exist. That's fantastic. Anyway, let's see what we got. You got a sticker. Got your Bank and Creek fishing sticker. I think we got another sticker. We do. We have a Yum Bait Company sticker. I think that might be it for the stickers. Alright, so the first thing is the Booyah blade in 1/4 ounce. And this is the Silver Shad spinnerbait. And I think in the last episode where I reviewed the Bank and Creek kit, these Booyah spinnerbaits are some of my favorites. Alright, there's a fish on the Booyah spinnerbait. We'll kind of go through some of the soft plastics. They have Bank and Creek's own BC Rally Grub in a 3.5 inch length. What color do they call this? They call this Blue Thunder. Looks like a nice little lure. There's a fish. Oh, he's a good one. There we go. There's a good way to start out the day. There we go, nice looking bass on the Bank and Creek grub. We have some Yum Woolly Hog Craws in the Mardi Gras color. Those look pretty nice. Got some more Yum. We got some Yum Helgramites in used oil color. I think that might be an exclusive color to Lurenet. That's pretty. It's pretty fancy. We also have some Yum Dingers, 5-inch Yum Dingers in the Merthiolate color. And boy, if that doesn't glow in the dark, that is a pretty fancy color right there. Then we got a swim jig by Booyah, 5/16 of an ounce. Little green pumpkin coloring there. We got some wacky hooks, which are probably going to give away one of the other things that came in the bag. 1/0 hooks, wacky hooks. We got some Great Lakes ball head jigs. There's 3 of them in this pack. 1/8 ounce with Gamakatsu hooks. We have the Great Lakes finesse jig, again with the Gamakatsu hook. That looks pretty yummy. And then we've got some wide gap hooks, some EWG hooks in 3/0. And then some bullet weights, some worm weights, 1/4 ounce, good for Texas rigging. And then a wacky tool for rigging up your favorite wacky worm, whether it's the Yum Dinger that they put in the bag or Yamamoto or whatever you like to use. So that is the bag. Again, quick review. We got the wacky tool. We got the bullet weights for Texas rigging. We got the ball head jigs. We have the Booyah swim jig. We have the Yum Dingers, 5-inch. Looks like they glow in the dark. We have the wacky Nico hooks. Some more soft plastics. We got the Heldermites from Yum. We have the Hog Craws from Yum. We have Bank and Creek's own BC Rally Grub, 3.5-inch. And the Booyah Blade spinnerbait. I think we're going to use that one tomorrow. But anyway, so that's it for the bag itself. Oh no, here's a couple more. We got the ball head jig, and then the EWG hooks, 3/0. All right, so that's the bag. Now I want to just show you a couple things that I rigged up. I'm going to take these out tomorrow to the local river and see if I can't get any fish here tomorrow. So the first thing we did was we took one of those ball head jigs right there, and we matched that up to the Bank and Creek Rally Grub. And that's got a real nice swim jig presentation right there. Then we took one of the woolly hog craws, the Yum woolly hog craws, and we just kind of Texas rigged that one right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw one of those bullet weights on top of there and Texas rig that one up. The next thing we got, and I can't wait to use this one, this is that ball head jig. And we matched that up with a little Yum Helgramite. And we're just going to bounce that right along the bottom of the river. I think that's going to give it a really nice presentation. And then the other thing we did is we took another one of those rally grubs, and added it to the Booyah spinnerbait. And that gives it, we might trim the skirt just a little bit, just so we can see a little bit more of that tail in the water. But we'll see how it works tomorrow. And then the other thing we're going to do is we are going to take this wacky tool and one of these Yum Dingers. And this works out really well. So you take the Yum Dinger and you just stick it inside that wacky tool. Then you bring up one of these O-rings. Slide that up. Slide it right onto the dinger. Now what you can do is you can actually take the hook, the wacky hook, and put it through the O-ring instead of the worm itself. And that'll give you a little bit of extra life on the worm. So that's going to be it. We're going to give all of these things a try tomorrow. That is the Bank and Creek kit for March and April from Lurenet. Again, I think it's $39.99. If you subscribe and get it sent to you automatically every month, I think every other month, I think they knock off 10% and it comes down to $35.99. So hopefully you like this video. Let me know what you think. We're going to throw some of these out tomorrow, and if we catch any fish, we'll add them to this video. But there you have it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe as well. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time at Dad's Fishing Adventures.